Womp womp. We are going to run this league. We are going to run it using the new hotness, the new Underworld Breach, the Kethis Combo self-mill, opponent mill deck. So the way that this works is you use Kethis as one is a cost reducer and two, you can exile 2 legends from your graveyard. Till end of turn, each legend in your graveyard gains may play this card from your graveyard. So you're going to use mill effects like Jace to -5. You know, you play it for its full cost, or even if you have to play it for its completed cost. You play Jace, you -3, -5 him, mill yourself for 9 to 15 cards. Use those cards to cast your, to fuel your Mox Ambers, your Mox Opals, your free Mox, to generate more and more mana, milling yourself for more and more. And by the time you've milled your entire library, you then get to start milling your opponent. So you'll have all of your Jaces in the grave, you'll have all of your Ambers in the grave, so you'll be able to make 6 mana, cast two Jace per, cycle with Kethis, and profit from there. Another good mill card is the Malevolent Rumble. Helps you find your lands. It helps you kind of accelerate a little bit into your, late game strategies, getting that Scion token. And then a cool new include is Basim, just a Dimir card draw for all of basically every spell in your deck. Any spell that you cast outside of the Rumble will draw you a card. So it's just it's a good value piece. It's something that just accrues a lot of value. Looking over at the sideboard, you've got the portable holes for any like hate cards, Rest in Peace, Dranith, anything that's going to stop you from doing your combo. You've got 4 consigns, which are just good against pretty much everything. You've got your Jace as an alternate win condition. So if you're, worried about your opponent untapping and having an endurance or something like that, you've got your backup there. Emrakul is just a for kind of the Eldrazi matchup. It's just a fun of. I think it's you get to bring it in every so often. You just get to cast it. Ashiok exiles graveyards from your opponents, mills yourself. Players can't search, so it shuts down like Titans, stuff like that. Torpor Orb, creature ETBs don't matter, don't happen. So anything that cares about ETBs, you get no more of those. So we are going to run this. We are going to run a league and we're going to see what happens. Alrighty, let's get into it. Let's start this league off hot. Let's see what we can do with a hand that has not a lot going for it. We're going to mulligan that one. Our opponent, we'll see what they do. They begin with 7. This hand is much better. I'm a bigger fan of this hand. We're going to put back our Jace. We are going to lead on a Breeding Pool into a Tamiyo, into an Opal, and then I'm going to stop you in your upkeep. I'd like to know how sad you're going to make me. Is my Tamiyo just big fucking dead? All right, so is it? It's a DRC. Okay. Yep. Bauble. Is this like old Murktide? What is our opponent doing? Our opponent's going kind of crazy with it. Yep. You can bobble me. You'll find out what I'm drawing. I'll find out what I'm drawing. Another Tamiyo is an absolute banger. That's exactly what I wanted. So now I need to get my colors, I think. So the next most important land is probably this. I'm going to grab the Overgrown Tomb. Let's go 1, 2, flippity-doo. And I am now really disappointed that I did that because this would have let me cast the Kethis next turn, but we're learning how to fetch. The Hallowed Fountain would have been the best one to get off the top. So they're gonna bolt. Are they gonna bolt Tam? Oh, they're gonna bolt my Tamiyo, huh? Our opponent is just getting 0 surveil. Well, I guess they're like looking at the top card, but they're not getting a lot of great surveil value, which is fine. They're just trying to like get a big old Murktide into the bin. All right, so they finally hit something to surveil. I'm proud of them. They're gonna bobble me. I'd like to find. I don't really have much. All right, Raggy boy, Ragalicious, huh? So you can draw. I can draw. I can play this Opal. What does that do? Let's go. What if I were to play a green and a Rumble? This is a good land right here. I'd like to take that land. Let's play another Tam. Let's go here. Now, I think what I want to do, honestly, is just pick this Rumble up, add a green, and cast it again. So I found a Kethis, I found a Basim. The Basim is probably what I'm looking for. Now, our opponent kind of knows what's going on, I have to imagine. Like, they might be looking at the Kethis and putting the pieces together, but I don't love the... Yep, you got a pre-order. Yeah, so I think this is just like old Izzet Murktide. So they're going to have DRC online after this preordained resolve. So they put card on top. Oh, no, they put the Steam Vents into the bin. So So they go top one, bottom. All right. I don't really care about like protecting. Yeah, I don't care a ton about protecting the Tamiyo. Heat, sure. I mean, like it's fine with me. I'm not like the Tamiyo is good and all. I'm just gonna use the spawn to block as it is. I don't want you getting free cards off of me. I'd love to find my Jace. Jace would be a absolute heater. All right, so now I found my Jace. How do I get there from here? 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough for either. Fuck. I might be like just Jace mill myself. Next turn, try Kethis. Ooh, that feels bad. 1, 2, 3. I've got no like good legends in my bin to use. I think we just got to go 1, 2, blue, pay 2 life. If they like force this, I think I'm just dead. All right, so we're gonna mill. I'm gonna mill myself for 3 and draw. That might just be better. Like if they're killing the Jace, they're killing the Jace. I don't really care that much. I do still get 3 more mills. I'm gonna flip a Perfected Mind off the top. So now we've got plays, and if I don't die this turn, I might be able to just like get there. So that's gonna kill the Jace. That's gonna hit me. So now my big question is, what do they hit off the top? Plaza. Okay, so I lose a Plaza. Yep. EI. I have to imagine they're just like digging for a counter spell. This is like I'm set up to potentially win. Maybe they're gonna try and like Force of Negation a Jace. So if I try and jam, let's go white, green, or black, green, white. Yep. So there's the counter spell. That's not great. I hate it here. I think I'm probably just dead. Let's see. I'm taking 5 down to 4. Woodlands would probably be the best draw unless, nope, I've already milled it. I've lost my, I'm down 2 Kethis, another Plaza. I'm glad they're clearing these lands off the top for me. And 1 well-timed counter spell, and it's just over for me, huh? There's a Murktide. Yeah, so I guess Izzet Murktide is back, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. What do I draw? Nothing of consequence so far. Let's go 1, 2, a sim, and we'll concede to that. All right, so now we need to bring in something for Murktide, huh? What do I even care about against Murktide? I don't know if there's a lot. I think I just need to get my game plan going faster. Let's see, Torpor Orb. I don't have a lot of ETBs. I don't really care about the Emrakul. I guess like a couple of Ashioks might be good, but I'm like an Emry or 2, because they do effectively the same thing, other than like casting from grave. The Soul Cauldron, I don't know if is great. I guess I could bring in like 2 holes. Let's bring out like 2 Soul Cauldrons. Let's do something like that. Yeah, I think the Ashiok is really strong because it's just gonna like continually eat their exile or their graveyard. The Portable Hole is pretty strong. Them just like finding or having their counters and stuff like that was tough for sure. But we are gonna just try and go and see if we can get there on this one. So it is just actual factual Izzet Murktide. I feel like a hand like this can't miss on lands. I wonder if they're looking for like graveyard hate specifically or like forces. All right, so I'm going to Bauble myself. A Rumble on top is not really what I want. Let's go grab a Surveil land. I can't actually cast my Basim, which isn't great, but I'm going to just do this. We'll stop them in their upkeep with my Opal Tree. All right, so they've got a Bolt in hand. You know, it doesn't die to Bolt. My boy Kethis, show me a land. Nope, that's all right. So that's unfortunate timing for that land, but I mean, I gotta just try and jam my spells. Let's yield through this turn. Yep, you got the snare for it. That's fine. I'm gonna start aggressively milling your graveyard with this Ashiok. All right, so maybe they kept a 1-lander with like a snare. That would be fun. All right, so 2 top. All right, what do you got a land, right? Yeah, you do. They're going to do the thing that I did on turn 1, which is pretty smart. I'd like to try and resolve this Ashiok. Don't Spell Pierce me. I'm not strong enough. And don't force. I mean, a force would be fine. I'm fine to take a 2-for-1 here. But a Pierce would be insane. I have not seen anyone play Spell Pierce in God knows how long. All right, they're getting a Surveil. I would like to mill you for 4 and exile your graveyard. All right, so that's a Murktide gone. That's a Spell Snare and Expressive. All right, so I'm liking what I'm seeing. Things that they've got gone are pretty. I'm pretty happy about. I might just become a mill deck. Like I might just actively try to aggressively mill out my opponent, which would be kind of funny. Oh, but I need to leave this. All right, so let's play this. So I need to leave the Ashiok at above 1 or at above 3 because if they try and like bolt it, that is pretty tough. All right, now we get to just kind of mill myself. Maybe unless they have a force or something, they'd like to stop my Jace. Target player mills. I'm gonna mill you. Now, I think I'm not interested in, like, I want them to have to go like 2-for-1 on removal spells. Like having to go with the, like a lightning bolt plus seems pretty good for me. Put a stop in their upkeep. All right, so they're gonna bolt my Jace. And then I would like to know what you're gonna be drawing, my good sir. Maybe I will draw some gas for myself off the top. A dismember. Don't play that. All right, so this Ashiok is definitely not ain't ever getting down ticked again, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, I don't know, but I would like to just, okay. All right, deck. I get the haha, funny. Oh, I wish I had like a companion, some way to use my mana. All right, I can take the stop off their upkeep. Oh, that's awkward. Now they get a big old Murktide, which is not great, which does just pressure a Woodlands. What do you do for me? Nothing right now. I mean, it's dead anyways. I don't know what this is going to do. All right, so 4 cards, so we're good there. They're going to definitely kill my Ashiok next turn regardless, but because I have to imagine would like to fetch. So I need to find like something quickly. A Rumble is maybe a start. So we're going to go a 1 and a 1 and hope they don't have like snare. All right, nothing to be found. Super awkward. All right, what are my outs here? I need to draw like exactly Kethis, or another Rumble would be cool. I'm not really interested in stopping your turn. Yeah, so this is just like that old, like, Izzet Murktide with our good buddy bro. What's his face? The portable hole, huh? Make a white. I'd like to just get this DRC out of here, I guess. Yeah, we'll take the DRC. I can spend like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have extra green. Do I have delirium? Oh no, I do now have. So green, 1 green. Let's just make this a Tamiyo. Try and get some card draw going. They're gonna kill it in combat. That would be so you motherfucker. Fuck. Oh boy. I'm just getting beat down. Where's my Teferi? Show me Teferi. Can't block. Please, Teferi. Teferino. Something good. Another fucking Plaza of Heroes. Jesus Christ, just give me something. If they have a way to, like, if they have another Murktide, I'm dead. Yeah, I got nothing for this. I'm just going to yield through the turn. I'm going to really pray that they just don't find something. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a Bauble. Am I dead? What's on top of my library? I can't block. Ugh, I just got like steamrolled. Let me guess they're going to draw like a bolt. I'm not a fucking coward. I'm going out on my own terms. Fuck. That was some shit. It was a tough start. I couldn't get anything going. I couldn't find any of my good cards. I'm not going out like a coward. I'm gonna tap my lands and I'm gonna kill myself off of them, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter. All right, we'll take the play. We'll see if we can turn this around. I don't know if this is a good hand to keep, but I'm keeping it because it looks really, like, it looks cool. I'm gonna pray I don't just like turn 1 lose Tamiyo. Let's go for a blue, cast an Emry, mill myself. Let's lose a life, go for a blue, and then I can upkeep. Let's see what I'm going against. If it's Boros, I swear to God. Oh, Jeskai Ascendancy combo, huh? Are they about to just kill my Tamiyo? But we're going to yield till next end step. The only issue is we're going to like not be able to activate this. Well, we will be able to activate it. I guess, is it that important to be able to activate the, or to use the Bauble right now? I feel like I want to just like flip this Tamiyo and get going. Okay. I know they're playing Jeskai Ascendancy. How does that help me? I don't know if it does. I'm just going to keep the deck as it is. I just had a crazy start and I don't know if they probably couldn't come back, but yeah, now I know they're playing Jeskai Ascendancy, which I don't actually know how the deck wins, or I guess it makes like a big old girl. Big ol' Emry. So it just dumps a bunch of like cheap rocks and stuff like that into play and just kind of goes from there. So we're going to see if we can get there. I mean, maybe they just like really need the play. I don't know why they just conceded the first game. This hand fucking sucks. We're mulling that. A Basim hand. I'm going to put back the, oh, actually, I probably shouldn't put back the Boseiju. Let's put back the Jace. I'm not doing anything on their turn. Are they playing their own? Yeah, they're playing their own Tamiyo. I don't have a way to stop it. We're just going to yield and then My turn, we're going to go Basim, Amber, and see what happens. I would like to surveil. I'd like to take a little peeksy poo at what's at the top of my deck. A rumble. I don't mind a rumble. A rumble helps me find a lot of cards for what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to jam this into a counter spell. Then we're going to cast here. Alrighty. All right. Our opponent's letting us do it. I have no other game plays, no other game actions that I can take. But next turn, this Misty is probably going to get the Overgrown Tomb. I think I'm not doing anything else. So I'm going to hope that they don't just have like the ascendancy to be able to just kill me in some way, like make just a big old Tamiyo. Yep. I got nothing for your turn. But I'd like to start leaving up this this Boseiju if I can. Black, white, green. All right, so okay, a prismatic ending is not the worst, and I just draw another Basim anyway, so it just didn't matter. All right, so how do I get? Let's see. Let's go blue, blue, and a Tamiyo. Okay, Ops just got it. All right, Ops is him. Now I don't have the mana for Boseiju, which is tough. Hate that for me. Yep, I'm blocking. In the morning, I'm blocking. Thank you for the board. We're gonna yield. So I'm basically just not doing nothing. Let's see your ascent. All right, so they're gonna just flip their Tamiyo, which I am fine with all of that. I just need to find a way to get things into my bin. I'd like to find my black source. No, a Teferi, huh? Man, a Teferi makes things interesting. Now I like can't play the Boseiju. I could go like 1, 2. Then I can add. I guess I don't know. We'll try the Rumble. Second Amber isn't great. Another Tamiyo is like meh. I guess technically this lets me like play my Teferi this turn and have. Well, no, not really actually. Oh, I'm dumb. I keep just like making these horrible decisions when I'm playing this. Like, I don't think they have the I don't know if they have the ascendancy, but am I willing to risk it to find out? They have 6 cards in hand. I think I'd rather just chip in at their Tamiyo and then be able to hold up the Boseiju, and then next turn go like Basim. Like 1, 2. Let's play the Basim maybe. Yep, you got a Tamiyo. You got all the lands. There's nothing else I'm doing. All right, so we are going to go black and a blue. Let's try it again. Electric Boogaloo. There's no way they don't have. Okay. All right, so we're going to float a blue. We're going to cast the Mamba. And we're going to choose to keep this. We're going to play our Spire. We're going to tap for a white and another. This way I've got the legendary so that I can, let's see. I'm just going to pick up your Tamiyo. All right, so now I think I'm close to being able to just like combo. I think that draw might have helped, but we're going to see what our opponent can do. Oh, shoot me in the face, please. I tapped wrong. They like Jeskai Ascendancy kill me this turn. I'm going to be so mad because I just did not tap my mana correctly. So I can't add a green. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do they have? A portable hole, huh? They probably take my Basim is gone. The Saga. I mean, can they kill my Teferi? Because I'm pretty sure I just win here if they can't. So I can go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So that do just be getting me there. Yep, you can uptick your Tamiyo. I don't know if they realize that they are just dead and that I am the better combo deck. Unless they just have like Otawara, which would be gross and stinky. So we are going to go with a green, a white, and a black. Okay, nope, I need to lose a life, so we need to go blue, blue, and 1. Jace the Perfected Mind. And we got him. All right, we're the better combo deck. They know it. They couldn't even do it. They couldn't do anything to us. We just fucking ooped it on them. I'm glad that they wasted that prismatic ending on the Basim. They're worried about Basim. Ooh, got him. Alrighty, let's get into game number 3, baby. Unfortunately, having to take the draw, though, that sucks. And what does this hand do for us? This hand plays us a Tamiyo. It helps us maybe ramp a Teferi a turn early. If not, we've at least got maybe Rumble mana. I like the hand. I'm gonna try it. This might not be the best hand, mostly be just because this island makes our mana a little bit awkward. But we will see what happens. Like if we can get a Tamiyo attack, we can have like Mox Opal online into a Teferi off of like the Plaza. That would be pretty good. So we are not interacting on our opponent's turn. And that's like, I think that's the one thing I don't like about this deck as much, is just like the inability to interact. But I'm just going to be the problem. And I'm just going to have the game plan and the deck, and we're just going to see if our opponent can stop it before we can pull out the win. So let's see. Undercity Sewers. This is probably Frog. Yeah, this is Frogtide. Gross. Not great for me. It's a tough start because they have just so many kill spells. But this let's go Tamiyo, Legends. I'm not going to play any of these yet because I don't want to give them like a huge reason to kill my Tamiyo. Like it's probably still a good reason, but I'd like to just hold these back just in case. So we are going to pass through our turn. We're not doing anything on our opponent's turn. They might have like a Psychic Frog, which I imagine that they're going to try and like jam. But if they do, I can just I can pick it up. Yeah, there's the frog. All right, so we are going to, first things first, attack. I'd like to put a Tamiyo onto you. Now, I know you don't have a way to kill the Tamiyo. And then getting to be able to resolve this Teferi is going to be like everything we could dream of. I don't know what our opponent's tanking so long for. All right, there you go. We got there. All right, second main phase. Now, the only thing that fucks this up is if they counter my Opal, if they like force my Opal. All right, so they didn't force the Opal. They could force here. Let's play my land. Let's attempt to resolve a Teferi and just tell them no more stuff on my turn. All right, Teferi resolves. We're going to bounce your Frog. Second, what does that do? Not really much. I think I'm like kind of interested in trying to flip this Tamiyo if I can. All right, what are you drawing? Show me your secrets. Oh, a Force of Negation right on time. Let's go, baby. All right. We got them. That force was just exactly when they didn't need it. All right, so now they're probably just digging for maybe like land. They might just try and kill my Tamiyo, which like, all right, so you can take the Rumble is probably what they're taking, but I get to flip a Tamiyo and continue to uptick a Teferi, and they miss their land drop. So I'm in like just the most banger position right now, which is I'm pretty happy to be in a banger position against this deck specifically. All right, so now I'm interested in attacking. Let's get this going. I don't know how they beat me from this position. I'd like to get the Hallowed Fountain. Let's tap for 1 here. Let's draw a card, flip a Tamiyo, and then just start taking this game over for sure. I'm not totally sure how my opponent kind of gets around this. I mean, it probably has to start with like a Psychic Frog, but even then I just don't know like what their best outs even are, like how they fight just so much. Yep, I should take the upkeep stop out. Like this is just kind of like a wet dream of playing against this deck specifically. It's just not letting them have their spells. All right, so they found their land. I hate that for me. All right, so now the plan, let's think of what is the best course of action for us to take. So we want to, I mean, I could down tick, get the Rumble, maybe try and find the, what do you call them? Find the Kethis. I don't have another, I can play the Opal from my grave to get the Kethis online, but the Kethis doesn't do me much good is the problem. So I'm trying to think what is our, I guess like if I hit both a Kethis and a Jace, I think I should be able to piece together a win from there. Because yeah, I can play the Boseiju and then I'll have what, 1, 2, 3, like play my Opal. Yeah, if I can hit like exactly a Kethis plus a, all right, opponent. If I can hit a Kethis plus a Jace in the top of our library, we're pretty good. If not, I'm probably gonna try and like Otawara bounce the frog. All right, so a Rumble is a place that we can start. So let's think here. So we're gonna uptick. I think I'm honestly just interested in picking up my Rumble again so that I can add a green. So we can go green and 1. So a Basim and a Amber. I guess I can take the Basim. What does that do for me now? So let's think here. So I want to leave up the Otawara. I don't think this Boseiju is going to do me a lot of good. So we play the Boseiju. We can go 1, 2. I'll have 2 legends, so the Otawara is going to cost me 2 mana. What if I go blue, black, cast my Basim, then tap the Emry, choosing Amber, cast the Amber, trigger to draw a land, hate that. That leaves me 1, 2 as a way, 1, 2, and 3, 4 as a way to bounce. So what I can do next, so here we're going to go 1, sack spawn. We're just going to continue to try and mill ourselves. Think, what do I want here? So I can't really play too much more in terms of like cards, because I'd like to be able to like Otawara, pick up that, and I've got 1, 2. So Otawara costs 2. Probably just got to be like the Bauble, because I want to continue to have legends in the grave. I'll make a stop in your upkeep, and then we are just going to see what our opponent can do. But I think they're not in a great. I mean, I'm like not finding the things that I need super well. All right, so they've got to push. I can't yield through the turn. Well, I guess I technically can. They can like push targeting like Emry, put me on 3 mana for the bounce. But even still, I can sack the spawn. Plus, I've got like everything. So they're gonna exile 3 things to try and give their frog the flight. Yep, I would like to see them ditch like 2 cards. Resolves. Now that you've done that, let's go here. Let's go blue and 1. Put it back. Put it back where it came from. And we get it, baby. Ooh, that quick ramp. All right, so these portable holes are going to be good because they can like deal with the frogs. They can deal with like a lot of their good threats. The torpor orbs, ETBs really aren't their thing. The Emrakul, no. The Jace is probably decent to bring in. Well, they run a lot of like Force of Negations. I don't think they're going to be running like Emrakul, like mill. So we're going to no consigns. Maybe, do I want to bring in any Ashioks? Don't see a reason that I would. Like I can mill and exile their graveyard, but is that really like a strong enough consideration? I think I go down 1 Cauldron. Let's go down. The Basims are really strong. I think I've got enough, like the 3 portable holes I think is going to be good enough to be able to deal with their like stuff where I can go down like 2 Baubles, because I've taken out 2 Baubles, but I've increased my artifact count so that like my opals aren't just going to be like dead. So we'll see what happens. We do like going up 1-0 against the old Demir, the old Froculus, the deck that I have played a recent league with that you should go check out those videos. They're a little bit different than this one. Those are just each game individually, but they're short and easy to watch. So you should go check them out. Our opponent is going to take the play, understandably. This is kind of like a do nothing hand. Like how do I get anything really going? Like I can go Plaza, Tamiyo, Bauble, draw on their upkeep, hope to find like a white land to deal with like their frog. I don't think that's good enough. This hand, it's not horrible. I can go like, this hand isn't bad. Maybe I put back like second Spire. Or no, the Spires are fixing. I think I want to go back. I think we put back, maybe we even put back like second Amber. Yeah, I think second Amber is probably better. They're mulling to 6. I'm going to keep. We're going to put back an Amber. So we're going to go Spire into Amber into Emry and see what happens. Unless they thought seize me. Yeah, they're going to thought seize me. All right, so they're going to take my my Tim Tam, Timothy Tamiyo, EIEIO. Hate that for me. I was really hoping that the Tims was going to do good. Well, there's no reason to play this out untapped. So now the only struggle is if they have like a frog, they start to take over the game in a really meaningful way, which kind of fucks me up. But they do know about my Rumble, so maybe they're trying to hold up like a Rumble, like a counter spell for a Rumble. But I'm good with them like just counterspelling a Rumble. Of all the things they could do, the counterspell on a Rumble, even a snare on a Rumble is pretty good. I'd rather them snare this than like something that I get, or counter this than something that I get in the top 4. So let's see what our opponent does. Yep, they've got the old snare. Yep, that's fine. All right, so I'm not going to do anything else. Now I just need to hope that I top deck like a Basim, like some form of gas. Did I cut any Basims? I cut no Basims, which is pretty good. So I'm good with that, so I can like cast my Basim next turn if I draw it, plus draw off of either of these. But we will see. They've got 3 in hand, and I feel like I'm in a much better position. Yeah. Oh, they got a blue. What the hell? Yo, our opponent is on some craziness. That is actually just bananas. All right, so I can cast a Jace. Do I want to cast a Jace is the question. What does a Jace do? I mean, like it draws me cards. I'm going to just, I guess, force them to have their interaction. Like I'm going to force them to like lose 2 cards to a force of negation or something. See what they've got. If they've got a counter spell, that's fine. It's one of like, I just need to keep like forcing the cards out of their hand. Now they probably, if I had to guess, have a little bow boy. Yep. That looks like a bowmaster to me, which is fine. I'm going to lose my Jace, but I get to draw a card at least and then hit some more stuff off of them. All right, so there's a Basim, which is not bad. Basim be on the blocking duty for sure. Now I did kind of, I ran myself into that, but like I don't feel like I'm in a bad spot, which is definitely odd. Like I'm going to take 3 here, yielding through the turn. I'm not doing anything. They can just kind of, play with themselves a little bit. But if they keep missing lands, I'm going to turn this game around pretty quickly. So let's play another Plaza. Now if they have a counter spell, I hate it. If they don't, it's a little bit better. Just let my boy resolve. I'm going to draw a card. You're going to get to pump your bow boy, your guy. It's going to be so much fun. His little bow friend. Just let it happen. It's fine, opponent. It's fine. All right, cool. They let it happen. They have a second bowmaster? Nah, son, you crazy. Fuck me. Oh, now I wish I had kept that opening hand with the hole. All right, well, I do have a portable hole still, so I can deal with like one of these bowmasters, but I'm getting into Stinky Poop Town. I'm going to have to pay a life to play this. I honestly am just going to have to take out the army. Like that thing's going to kill me before the bowmaster does. Yeah, I just need to find like a Kethis off the top and I just win. I can windmill slam a win, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You can take my Mox Opal. All right, that's stinky, stinky, stinky. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. All right, so I need to. I should have played it, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. They can't have another bowmaster. They're missing their land. They're missing their lands. Kethis. Hey, Kethis off the top, baby. All right, so we need to go at a black, a white, and a green. And I think I can just win from here. If they don't have interaction, if they have like subtlety, I'm boned. I don't know what else they could have for 1 mana. So we are going to hit 1 and 2. Sometimes you just rip it off the fucking top. They have a surgical? No way. Oh, they have dismember? Okay. I do think that still lets me cast the Kethis from the graveyard. So I can play the opal. And I can go 1, 2, 3. The only problem is, so I need to bring this Kethis back out. So white, black, green. Can replay him. And then I can't do anything else because he costs too much. So I needed 1 more, but like I'm at least in a better spot. My opponent's down to 9. It might just be on the beat train. All right, they found a land, which I don't like. Stop that. Don't find lands. Now, if they swing, that lets me know that they have push. And I'm not interested in letting them just get me with a fatal push. Yeah, that is a huge indicator of fatal push in hand. I think I just could get there. Let's go blue, blue, and a 1. Now, if they have counter spell, I'm in a stinky, stinky spot. All right, we're going to mill target player for 15 cards. Then we are going to activate Kethis to exile 1 and 2. Let's pop my graveyard out. Then we need to go for 1. I think I need to take the damage here. So can I go Teferi and Jace? So if I take a blue here, 1 here, I think I want to pay the life. This might be a mistake, but this still lets me do it again. So I'm going to mill myself for 9 cards. Hope to find some Mox in the top 9 of my deck. All right, so we can activate here. So we found Ambers. So we can go here and here. So now we are going to tap for a blue. Let's cast the Amber. Let's keep this. We are going to tap for a white. We are going to cast this. We are going to keep the new one. We are going to attempt to cast a Teferi. We are going to, now that we can just go off, we're going to activate again. Wait, cancel. Have I cast all of my... Yeah, it's not worth it to pay the life. So I am going to go 1 and I guess hit a Kethis. All right, tap for a blue, play this, and it is all wrap-adapt up. We're going to get there. I mean, our opponent can't do... I don't know what our opponent could have. Maybe they just want to see our cool little combo. See how we win. All right, so we've got a couple opals, a couple ambers, so we're good. I am going to put this Soul Cauldron into play now, just because in case they have like an Emrakul, I'd like to deal with their Emrakul. Because I think I should still be able to get there off of everything that I've got once I mill myself for the 15. So we'll put the last of our cards into our grave, and then we are going to activate the Kethis, discarding or removing these two, and then now we'll cast our... So now we're going to be able to do the loop again of just playing our ambers and opals to make 6 mana. So that basically every time we do this loop, we can mill our opponent for 30. And then because we've got the Teferi, we're going to uptick, and there's nothing else that we need to do except simply pass the turn. Whew. On 3 life points. Now, if they've got like something here, that would be crazy. Boom, boom goes the dynamite, baby. We're getting 2 O's left and right. Yeah. Put it in work on Demir. Ooh, yeah, baby. That was a hot game. Oh, man, I really thought I was losing that one. But opponent missing just land drops and just having nothing really helped out a lot. Whew, my heart is going just a little bit. That was an exciting game. Let's get into game number 4 on the play, baby. This hand, it's so tempting to keep it, but it doesn't do much is the problem. Like, it doesn't get much going. It doesn't really find me Kethis very well. I think I have to... I don't know if this is the right idea, but we're going to do a little Plaza, Bauble, Emry action and see what we can get going here. I'm just going to mill like all 4 of my Kethis and just like, well, actually the Soul Cauldron plus if I mill a Kethis actually is really good. I totally forgot that that's another win line that this deck can take is you use the Soul Cauldron to exile the Kethis to then give any of your creatures with 1/1 counters like your Emry or whatever the creature is, you get to give it the little ability of Kethis. So there's actually not a horrible line to take if I like mill a Kethis. I don't know if I can like get there on I don't know if I'd be able to get there on like turn 2 or anything, but like it definitely gives me some play here. So that's it's actually a pretty solid mill. Sprawl. Okay, am I going against Eldrazi? Let's crack both our baubles in end step. Because the artifact count doesn't really matter. I didn't see what I was drawing, but it's fine. All right, Spire, a Basim. So now the question is, do I go with the Basim and get the opal? So I can like Basim, get the opal, draw a card. I still don't know what my opponent's doing because I've only seen Windswept Heath. Maybe they're like Enchantress. I think the Amber is better. All right, so now this puts us into... Not really doing too much else right now. If I can like deal damage with this Basim, I can get the... Okay, so it's Eldrazi. Is it like Fable? I need to start probably pushing... Okay, so is this like a combo deck? Are they trying to just like ramp super hard into... What did they reveal? Into like Ugin? All right, Myco Spawn is super obnoxious. You guys know how much I love a Myco Spawn. So what are they going to pick? They've got to probably pick the Myco Spawn. Yeah, Soaring Myco Spawns, they're going to start just fucking up my whole land. So we'll play our land now. Think this through here. I can play the Jace. I can minus 15. I can mill myself for 15. They are going to Myco Spawn and take one of my lands is the problem. Maybe I just want to set up a little bit. Take another turn of setting up. So we'll cast this. Trigger Basim. All right, what does the opal do for me? What if I play the opal? So then this lets me go attack the Kiora. I don't get the counter on my thing, but that's not the end of the world. So we're going to go colorless, colorless. We will play this. All right, so now if I exile the Kethis, put the ability here. I don't have enough stuff in my grave to actually do it. So this might actually be the time where I want to. Let's go with a Rumble. So I can like double Rumble. I think I want lands at this point because my opponent is going to just start eating up my lands. Then I go green and a colorless. Let's Rumble again and we'll just take the Kethis and I think I can string together some form of win next turn. But we'll see if they have like if they just kick a Myco spawn, I think I win. I think there's a way. There's got to be a universe in which I can dig myself through enough cards and get it going. I might still like do the Kethis, like use the Soul Cauldron maybe, but this is the power of this deck. It is pretty strong. We're just kind of looking at, all right, so they're digging for stuff. I know about the Myco spawn, and then did they just take another Myco spawn? Or are they going to just try and like aggressively maybe eat my lands? Maybe they just need a land drop. All right, so they choose the Myco spawn again. So they've got 2 Myco spawns. Yeah. So if they're going to eat a land, I still win. What else have they got? What else could they do to me? Rumbling again. All right. Let's get ready to rumble. Maybe they take their Eldrazi Temple, or maybe they take the Talisman. I don't know what they take here. I think they're just like the rumble into the rumble was not the best game plan decision for them. They choose the Temple. Sure. All right. So don't know this, and that's not there. All right. So they've got 4 mana. So they do have the K command, which I'm going to use to try and I'm going to insulate myself against K command here. I'm going to force them to exile 2, 3, 4, 5 cards from my graveyard, and then we'll see what we can do. Let's just bauble them now. Yep, World Breaker on top is not horrible. Not bad. All right, so if we go and cast our Bauble, we'll draw a card. We'll play our land. So I want to get in with this Basim. At this point, I don't really care about the Kiora. So what we're going to do now is we're going to float we're going to float a white. Let's see. Yeah, let's float a white. Let's float a blue and a colorless. We're going to attempt to exile 2 legends from my graveyard, one of which is going to be Basim and one of which is going to be the Emry. I'm going to try and cast this Teferi so that they can't just like K command and do stuff to me. Because if they can't stop this, I do just win. So we will see what they've got. Because this lets me mill myself because I can fetch, play the Bauble, or play the Opal. Yep, they're going to K command for just so much. That's fine. I knew this was coming. So they're going to do it for 5. So they're going to hit 5 things from my grave. And then that'll be it. Unless they can like double K command, but let's see. What are they doing? Oh, they're going to just go Scries and Guys, huh? I don't know if they understand what's about to happen to them if they just go Scries and Guys, but we're going to take it because we're going to win. Fairy. Let's uptick. Let's just put that back in your hand. Let's draw 1 more card. What did they do with their Scries? They put 1 on top. All right, so we're going to fetch. We are going to shock in here. We're going to play our second Opal. We're going to keep this one. So now the plan here is to go 1, 2, 3. If I do that, I can play the Kethis, or I just do the Jace. The only issue with the Jace is if I brick, I might just be boned. So it'll cost me 2 mana to do the Kethis thing. How many legends do I have right now? I've got 1, so I can still do 2. So like I'm in an okay spot. I think the odds of me bricking have to be pretty low. Let's go. Wait, cancel. We're gonna sack this. We're gonna go blue, and a black because the our little guy there doesn't cast. So let's see if we bricked. So exile 2 legends. We're going to hit a Tamiyo and a Boseiju. This is going to let us go. We can play 1 Opal. Keep this. So my opponent's basically just asking, like, am I about to kill them? And yes, I am gonna mill my opponent out. Now my legends cost less. I've still got an Opal to play. So we've played all of our Opals. Now we can go here. Let's go 1 and 2. Let's cast. Choose this Jace using 1, 2, 3. So we'll continue to mill ourselves to see if our opponent has like a shuffle effect. So we get to combo. We get to beat Eldrazi before they get to just eat our lands and just dumpster us. So that's pretty cool. Our opponent is saying it's so beautiful, but you need 2 legends. Yeah. So. All right, let's see. So we are going to bring in our consigns, and like I kind of just want, I don't know if it's correct to bring in the Emrakul. They have a lot of like targeted graveyard hate, and I'm not bringing in a lot of extra like artifacts, so I don't really want to cut a ton of artifacts. Let's do like this. Let's try something like this. I want the 4 consigns. Obviously, consigns are so good. So me and my opponent, good. He's a good guy. Chris MTG77, if he ever sees this or I ever play against him in real life, you know, it's been it was definitely a blast. You know, he's this real nice guy, just having a nice little conversation about this deck. And you know, the cool factor that it brings to the table. All right, what does this hand do for me? So this hand doesn't do a lot. Actually, this hand's ass. I'm not even a beat around the bush here. This hand is not much better. The issue is like knowing that my opponent's on Eldrazi is like this hand doesn't do very much. Like I get to go like Amber into Opal into nothing on turn 1. Like no real way to get much going. I don't want to go to 5. My opponent is keeping 7. I think I need to just try and find something. This is kind of something. So what if I put back 1 and 2? I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, they have the Devourer. Okay, so they've got the Temple. Hate that for me. Good one off the top. The Plaza is not bad. It's a non-painful land. So I can like try to go for a flip Tamiyo next turn and kind of see what happens. But I don't know if I should be very hopeful. I am on a mull to okay, yep, that K command's gonna absolutely just dunk on me. That's not good. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. So this guy is he's a pretty big deal here. Chris MTG77. He is trying to qualify for the Pro Tour. Or no, he already did, but he's doing some RCs out in Bologna. So if I ever see him or if I ever play against him, good luck to our boy here, Chris. He is a Titan player forever. I don't know if I like him as much. No, Titan's not too bad, but you know, he's still super nice guy. I'm hoping beyond hope that he doesn't just like put his wiener in my mouth and just ruin my day with this K command. Maybe he's gonna try like a little something different. Hate this for me. Ugh. Yeah, he's giving me the heads up that he's definitely hitting that Tamiyo. Oh boy, this is going from bad to worse. I don't know. I need to keep like good hands with some gas in them. Let's draw something decent. Not another Plaza. Well, there's no reason to run anything out yet. Let's just pump my brakes. Got a Sprawl. Nope, it's Stirrings. Yep, I'm not stopping a Stirrings. All right, I need like Sowing Myco Spawn. Don't eat my lands, please. Please. No, Chris, I'm not strong enough. A Ghost Quarter? Please, no. I don't like this. This is all bad for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. I think I'm losing this one. Oh boy. All right. Well, I think I'm screwed. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I need to bring something back in, I guess. I don't even know. I don't know what I need to do. This is all stinky. Another Plaza. I can give it another draw or 2, but I think I'm pretty much Eldrazi'd here. There's not many draws. There's not many outs. Not many more things that I have left in my repertoire that I can use to win this game. I think this is a game 3 situation and hope I can get there on the play. And they're just gonna yield through the turn. All right. Let's probably bring back in. Maybe I want to bring in like one of the Jace. These, I don't think I can cut those. So let's go down here. Let's see, what else? A Soul Cauldron? Let's try something like that. Let's flip it around. All right, I need a good hand. This hand digs good enough. I think I'm gonna just run the Woodlands out. They have a Devourer. No, not the Devourer. Let's see what Chris does here, because I might have to like just Boseiju a imprinted land, to be honest, and not play the Rumble. What did you imprint? An Emrakul. That's going away. 2 can play the land destruction game. I will channel this now. I would have liked to have played this Rumble, but I think just like slowing my opponent down a little bit is maybe going to help. Getting them off 4 mana for turn 2 for like a Karn or something is pretty, okay. They'll just 3 mana. A Trinisphere. That's real awkward, huh? I'm so glad I just used my Boseiju, huh? Bad times for me. All right, can I find another one? I can just find another one and just be so good at this game. Oh boy, that's my last Boseiju though, so I can only really use it the turn that I think I can go for it. So we'll have to see what happens here. What do you got for me, bud? All right, a Hedge Maze. I guess getting a Surveil is never a bad thing because I don't want another land. I guess it isn't the worst to get the Mox out and just see what I can do from here. So I have to imagine, yeah, here comes the K command. Ugh, just so much acceleration. It's bad for me. Yep, Scries and Guys, and we will see what happens here. Now, usually I hate Eldrazi players, but this guy, he's better. He's nice. He's been pretty engaging in the chat and stuff like that. So I am a fan of Chris MTG for sure. Maybe I should plug my channel. What did he do? 2 top and he drew. Oh no, I feel like this is bad for me. Oh, I'm about to start losing lands. No. Wait, we can talk about it. No, we can talk about it. 7? Are you going to devour me? Is that what's going on? Oh, no, my lands. No. Please. I'm not strong enough. I wonder if he hits the opal. That would be pretty interesting. We will see what goes on, but I'm a little scared. So let's see what he does. So the Sanctum can probably just go get another like World Breaker or some way to kind of like eat my lands or something to slow me down. Have to imagine. It's not a Myco spawn, but it's still not good for me. That is for sure. The only hope, the only prayer I have maybe is to get like a Jace off the top and go from there. Because Jace lets me start going here. Yep. Take the Spire, which is pretty smart. You sack your land. You do. Are you going to go get another World Breaker? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Myco spawn. All right, so you're going to just be a land eater McGee here, huh? Okay, well, that's not. I can take a couple hits at least and see where we go from here, but I'm thinking I'm just like boned. Yep, I'm going to take the damage because I don't really care. I'm trying to combo. I'd like to just thin my deck. I'd like to find like something good, please. Don't just like take another land from me. I'm not strong enough spiritually. Okay, a bog is tough. Okay. All right. This is getting way harder than it needs to be, Chris. Don't do this to me. Let's get the fountain. I don't want to pay life. And we'll draw the Jace. Okay, then. All right. I can go, what? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. All right, I need to set this up correctly. I'm going to lose a land, most likely. I'm going to take some damage, but I think I can get there on my turn if I play this correctly. So if I Boseiju on end step, even if I lose a land, that lets me go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Play the Jace, start to mill. So I think that's my out. That is my game play that I need to take. Is I think I can get there. I might get Myco spawned and lose a land, and I don't know if that's going to screw everything up, but we're going to just try it and see what happens. Let's see. He got a big old K command just ready. I'm letting our buddy know that I'm going for it, and we'll see what happens. We have this land, which lets me tap for green, black, white. I would like to try and resolve a Kethis. Now, if he has 1, 2, blue, let's see if he's got it. If he's got the K command, it's over. All right, we're going to target myself to mill 15 cards and see if we can get there. Still got the spawn up. I can, oh, what do you have? 1, 2, oh, no, Chris, don't do this to me. No. All right, I've got one more out to it. If he doesn't eat the woodlands, there's a chance. It's a very slim chance, but there is a chance. Oh, this is a K command that's going to eat the rest of my graveyard. Eat 3 things from my grave. Oh, boy. Oh, Scries and Guys. All right. Maybe he just has the Emrakul. But let's see. So I've got 3 ambers in the graveyard. Now, the only struggle is I need this Rumble to hit me into like an... Oh, well, I guess I cast the Soul Cauldron. So like I have, there's outs. There is basically one out that I have to win this. The Plaza also taps 4 blue, so I need to make sure to keep that in mind when I'm doing all of this. Okay, that's a Devourer. All right, am I losing my land? Is he gonna, there's no way he's got second bog, right? Right, guys? No second bog. Now I probably, okay, yep, taking the woodlands as is the correct decision. If I get bogged, all right, Eldrazi Temple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, can he just do it again? Is he doing it again? Nah, don't do it, Chris. Don't do this to me. No, Mom, I threw up. Oh no. What else do I have? What one draw wins me this game? He probably takes the Plaza now if I had to guess. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can get. What can we hobble together? If I rip a Kethis off the top, I think I can win. Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But like the Ambers will let me go into the Cauldron. Now, if he's got second Bog, then that's real bad. There's no way he's running 2 Bajuka Bogs in his deck. That would be a madman play. Let's see. Yeah, I've still got my basics in my deck. We are not interested in blocking. A Jace doesn't do it. All right, let's see. So the least important land is this. Now, if I find a Kethis, can I do it? We're going to try it. Green, white, black, white, green. We are going to exile the Otawara and the Boseiju. I don't know if we get there, but we're going to see what happens. Because I can turn on the Opal, but I need to be able to get, so let's go green, green. So we're going to tap for whatever, play the Soul Cauldron. Had I blocked, I actually might have been able to get there. No, I would have been down a mana. So what can I do from here? I can pay a blue, cast the Emry. Oh, I think I might just get there. Holy shit. This was crazy. If I can get there, this would be the most insane turn of events ever. On 1 life point, it's all going to just depend on, well, actually, no. Oh, Force of Vigor. Sure. Okay, that's fine. That puts more things in my bin. Emry Mills 4. All right, what do we have? We can go. Let's play the Amber here. Holy garbanzo beans, this was crazy. Can't play the Jace, I can play the Emry maybe and mill myself, but I think I want to exile a Kethis and a Tamiyo. So he's got no more cards in hand, so I can play this. What a crazy, crazy line with the Jace in hand. Oh my god. I can do this loop with just the Ambers. Let's sack this. All right, so I can't play. Now I think I need to hit the Teferi. Well, let's just hit the Basim and the Basim. Now we get to play the Soul Cauldron using this colorless. Then we can play this. Holy garbanzo beans. That was absolutely bananas that we got there. I am amazed that we were able to get there. But this was crazy. At 1 life, thinking I had lost it because I didn't block because I couldn't use the Jace. Oh, good gosh darn. Oh man. Can we get Kethis banned in Modern? That would be sick. I'm gonna play this deck super hard. This is great. Holy garbanzo beans. And we did it. Oh, god damn. Woo. We are out here just beaten up on Eldrazi. Just barely. By the skin of our teeth and the cleanest, like, just everything worked out perfect line for us to get there. But wee doggy did we get there, baby. And we are here into the last game of our little Kethis Combo Underworld Breach game. Let's see if we can just like sneak out this 4-1 and just have a grand old time doing it. Now we did lose the die roll. We are on the draw and this hand is bad. I can't cast any of the spells in my hand, or I can like Soul Cauldron on turn 2, but that's just not where we want to be. If either of these were like a blue source or like a Plaza, I'd consider keeping this just because Tamiyo is just a very good turn 1 play. But this is a hand we cannot keep. Now this is a hand of 2 cards, so like I think I want to keep this hand because this hand lets me go like turn 2 Rumble, which is pretty good. I don't know what I want to put back. I guess I could put back like the Opal, but I mean maybe I want like a turn 2 Tamiyo. I am going to keep this. I'm going to put the Jace back, I think. So the plan is to just go and play like, unless I draw like a Mox like an Amber or a Bauble or something else. The plan is to go and just play like the Opal. All right, so this might just be like Murktide. Okay, another Bauble. They're bobbling everywhere. Thank God they didn't have a DRC. Yep, don't care about those triggers. Okay, so no. So I think I just want to get my Surveil and go from there. So Surveil, and then I think the plan is like Surveil, Rumble, and see if we can maybe get there on like turn 3. We will have to see. Yeah, this is definitely yeah, this is Izzet Murktide. This might be like Izzet Murktide or like Izzet Steelcutter. I know the Cori-Steel Cutter has made a pretty impressive results on some challenges and different stuff like that. So there's a Ragavan. So yeah, this probably is, if I had to guess, like a Murktide variant. A Teferi is probably good for the turn that I want to go for the combo. So I think I'm going to keep the Tef on top. We're going to green in 1. And if our opponent like really wants to, all right, so he didn't really hit anything super useful, which is unfortunate. But if our opponent wants to like heat our spawn, I'm totally okay to just let them use up their removal spells and stuff like that to deal with my spawn if they're really trying to get this Ragavan. But other than that, I'm for sure blocking this Ragavan. Then we're gonna play the Teferi and probably like Teferi bounce the little monka. They really, okay, yep, this is the Steel Cutter. Wow. Yep, they really do just want to hit me with the monka, huh? All right, so this is the Steel Cutter deck. So I'm hoping that the top card of my deck is not anything super good. Boseiju. All right, perfect. Everything I could have wanted it to be. All right, so now we can go and... So I am going to lose the Teferi, which is like kind of unfortunate. Pay 2 life. Yeah. So what I think I want to do actually is play the Opal, play the Cauldron, and then hopefully this gets me, yep. So I get 2 and I will just play the Emry. Now I'm not like super interested in like using the Emry a ton, but this does kind of, this sets me up in a position to be able to potentially win next turn. So we'll see. I'll probably be on the blocking duty. I don't have the Kethis, but I think if I block with the Emry, I can go 1, 2, 3. I can. All right. Yep. They've got, yeah. So this is like the prowess. I think this is that like prowess build that's going to be using the good old Cori-Steel Cutter. Just cast a bunch of spells, try and swing in for just so much damage. Yep. The deck looks sweet. This is probably like the deck I want to play next. I think this is a pretty nifty, a pretty sweet, it's a pretty sweet deck. Yep, Lightning Bolt, sure. So I've got everything I need. I think as long as my opponent doesn't have like exactly counterspell, I believe I can just get there. But I'm going to have to figure out exactly what is... Oh, am I just dead? 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm actually just like factually just dead. Damn. Well, fuck. All right, well, I guess they are just a little bit faster than me, which is super awkward, huh? Well, portable holes are really good. Let's go down like a Bauble. Let's go down 2 Baubles and a Soul Cauldron. Yeah, let's do something like this. So this portable hole is going to be really good. It's going to stop like everything. I could like maybe bring in the consigns to stop those triggers, but like I don't think I really care about that. Yeah, kind of crazy that we were one turn away. I think we would have been able to piece it together. I don't know if the opponent has any like counter spells or interaction, but now I know I need to keep some quick hands and hope for the best. We will take the play. We will take a mulligan. This hand is also it's falling apart quickly. I'm gonna have to mulligan again. Can't not keep this one, so we'll put back like 1 Rumble and 1 Jace. I don't know if putting the Jaces back is ever the right choice, but we're gonna see. So we're gonna hopefully find something with the Basim, but we'll see what's on top of our library. I want to know what's on top. I'm just going to shuffle it away anyways. Get a little Hedge Maze, a little surveilling. Boseiju is actually really good in the yard, so we're okay with that. You can draw 2 cards, 1, 2. All right, so that is not a 0 drop. So I think I need to get some sort of selection going, unless my opponent has like a Spell Pierce or a Snare. All right, so a Mox Opal or a Tamiyo. But I think I need to take the Mox Opal just because I can trigger the Basim. And I'd rather trigger the Basim to like draw a card and hopefully find like something soon. But we might just be getting run over here quick as fuck. So let's see what happens. All right, so Surveil stays on top. That's not great. Yep, you got a Preordain. I'm not doing anything on your turn. Yeah, this deck does look sweet. Like this is a deck that I would really like to play. All right, so blue and a black. Let's just cast our Basim. Hope they don't have like a snare. All right, we'll cast this, draw a card, get some card draw action going for us. They want to like counter my Opal. I'm fine with that. They might just want to like bolt the Basim. That is more legends for the bin. The only issue is now I need to find third land so that I can play this Kethis and maybe figure something out. But the big thing I need is this. I need to get this Tamiyo into play. Start drawing some magic cards. So no matter what I draw, I think the plan is to just hold up this card if it's like a 0 drop, so I can just play it next turn and start really cycling through some of my cards and cycling through the deck. But it'll depend on what our opponent wants to let us do. Our opponent just took like 3 minutes to decide whether or not they wanted to bolt our Basim. I love that. For me, that was great. Draw a card, resolves. All right, so now next turn, I can like crack my spawn to play the Soul Cauldron, and then I can portable hole, which will let me eat whatever. Like if they have like a steel cutter, I can take their steel cutter, and then that leaves my Opal online, which is very good. It's where I would like to be. All right, so they're just like chilling. So I'm in no like immediate rush to try and do anything. I would like to try and get this Tamity into play. And they might have just like another bolt for it, but I can only play around so much. So we're gonna just yield through this turn. I'm not really gonna like stop them from. I can't stop them. Yeah, I mean is what it is. 1, 2, 3. All right. So I should have maybe played like the Soul Cauldron first. That would have been a decent idea, just because the Soul Cauldron's gonna let me start eating their graveyard. You know, start getting them off of Delirium. So maybe I'm gonna try and like jam that next turn, but we'll see. Yep, you got your steel cutter. All right, so now we can go and do the fun tech, and we find a land. So everything is just coming up gravy, baby. 1, 2, Soul Cauldron. I can't cast. Well, I may have made a minor mistake in what I decided to do here. So the lands that I have are super awkward. I'm just going to take your expressive iteration. So like I'm just trying to keep them off of as much as I can. And I have no like, ooh, yeah, no, this land base is definitely a little rough. Yep, you got an expressive. So they're going to get a Cori-Steel cutter trigger for sure. And I need to figure out how I'm going to get my, either like my Kethis, well, even getting a Kethis into play isn't going to do anything. I need to figure out how I'm going to get my, yep, that's a dead Emry. I need to take this steel cutter real bad. I might just be like run over. That's very unfortunate. If I can find an untapped white source, even like a 0, like a Mishra's Bauble, a Amber? Nope, so this lets me play Kethis. What does that do for me though? Like if I play Kethis, I can't really bring anything of like serious importance back. I could maybe try and like dig defined. White, black, green. I guess we're just gonna try and see if we can get there. Do they have counterspell? They do just have counterspell. All right, well, I can't stop any of that. All right, so now they're gonna get like just so much Cori-Steel cutterness on me, and I'm just gonna die. I think I'm gonna die here. I need to hope to draw like even like a Tamiyo off the top would be great. A what do you call it off the top would be. I mean, they're representing counterspell again, or like force of negation. So like I'm probably just like boned. Another. I mean, I gotta keep trying to jam my Kethises and see if they have the third counterspell. All right, so now we're going to take one. Actually, hold on, because that lets me play the land. So if I went 1 and what if I took out my 2 Tamiyos? Did they have a way to deal 5 damage? So the opponents always do this in the wrong order. The way that they need to be doing this is they need to let the ability resolve, because Kethis is going to be in the graveyard for when his ability resolves. Now, I don't know if that makes a huge difference. We're going to try and see if we can just like jam this through. Does my opponent have just like another bolt effect? All right, so we've milled that. Now I can give the ability of Kethis to Emry, which I don't know what that does for me at this point. Like I'm at 11. I can Soul Cauldron, exiling Kethis, attempt to put a counter onto Emry, use my other Emry to maybe try and like dig myself. All right, so they just have it all, huh? I don't think I can win from here. Damn, they just had it all. Sometimes Op really just gets to do everything and we just get fucked. Play my land. I can play, I guess, the Tamiyo. I'm still just like, well, they have one in hand. Maybe I get like a turn. So let's just, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they have two spells in their hand, I'm dead. Probably just gonna block like one of their monks. Hopefully they just like ran out of gas. That would be incredible. A Blood Moon. Gross and stinky. I can't stop that. Let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, like, if their last card is just going to play to the out of, they don't have Lightning Bolt as their actual last card. Spire of Industry. All right, now how do I get there from here? The answer might surprise you. I think I can. I have an option for sure. So this hits 2 or less. So I've got the Opal. Opal is online. So now I can take the Kethis. I can use Kethis' ability to try and like jam a couple. So we are going to exile 1 Boseiju, 2 Boseiju. We are going to play the Emry, hope to find something. All right, so there's an Amber. So we're going to play our Opal, choose the new one, play a blue. Let's play our Emry again, keeping whichever one. Doesn't really matter. Now I can play the Basim, but that doesn't do anything for me. So I'm going to hit the Basim and 1 Kethis. Play our Opal, keeping this one. Let's add a blue. Play our Amber, add a blue. We're going to have to like manually try and jam this through on just these like Emrys. All right, well, we got there. I don't know if we had it, but our opponent just kind of saw enough and we're sick of it. So we got ourselves a game 3. All right, what do I maybe want? I think I want to bring in one more. Let's cut a Basim. I think I want to be able to get these Opals online, but Basim is just like good draw value. The Teferi I think has to stay. Can't cut a Rumble because it's just like really good card draw. Guess I'll bring in like, I'll cut 1 Cauldron. Let's go 1 portable hole. Let's do something like that. Let's see how this works out. Our opponent is going to get to play. I think we probably had it, but it was definitely like a very close, not ideally where I want to be. So this hand just like digs me super deep, which I think I have to be okay with. Yep, you got a Ragavan. I can't stop that as much as I'd like to, but I have my Teferi in my hand. So what if we just go here? I want to play the Bauble, but is it worth it to try and... No, let's wait. We're going to do a little surveil action after the combat damage. I'm not stopping this, but I do want to surveil. I'd like to just see what an Emry... Man, I'd like to have that Emry, but I think in the graveyard's fine. There's not a lot of like... The only thing that I really care about them hitting is like a Tamiyo. The Jace I don't care about, like if they want to try and mill me. I mean, if they go for like a turn 2 Blood Moon, it is what it is. I couldn't fetch around it anyways. What do they have? Are they trying to play my Jace? That would be funny. No way. They're going to play my Jace. Are they going to mill me? That would be crazy. That would be absolutely unhinged. Okay, they milled themselves and draw a card. Okay, that's fine. Of the things that could have happened, that was the least problematic. Is them just playing that Jace. So let's Rumble. Now let's think. I've got my lands. I think I just want this Kethis. No, I think I want the Boseiju in case I get Blood Moon. What are the odds I'm getting Blood Mooned? No, I think I need to take the Kethis, which is super unfortunate. Run out a couple of little things here. I don't really want to crack the Bauble. I am going to block with this spawn though, for sure. For surezies. And then we're going to use like the Plaza. We'll play the Plaza as our land for turn. Am I getting... Oh, Cori-Steel Cutter. Yeah, I can't stop that. They're probably going to like heat my spawn. Okay, DRC. Yeah, I am okay with all of this. I'm definitely blocking a monkey. I don't want to keep losing the top of my library. I don't want them to get treasures is really what it's coming down to. You know, I'm not in the business of giving my op treasures and free mana. Yep. You got it, buddy boy, buddy old pal. Now Jace off the top would have been an absolute heater. Go white, colorless blue because my life total is very much under duress. Now the question is 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, the Teferi dies anyways. I think I want to slow them down if I can. But this is we're getting into a real awkward spot. I'm not really stopping anything that you're doing. Do have basic island, so that's cool. Is it moon in time? All right, so they are gonna incorrect unless they have a blood moon. So I might be dead here. That would be really unfortunate. But I think they should not have. They should not have done that. I don't think they should have ultimated the Jace. Now, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to let them take their game actions. But they might just have like counterspell. Have to imagine that they've got counterspell in hand and they just don't want to. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so they are going to try and can't stop any of this. All right, so I do like taking the pressure off of my own life total. But them doing that Jace, I think, might cost them the game. We will see. Now, they could just have me. Yep. I am at 5. They can, like, bolt me if they'd like. They have, like, a spell pierce in hand or something. All right, so now I need to think about what my game actions are going to be. And I get there from this position. Don't know if I can. So if I go, like, here, I need to maybe, like, rumble and hope into an amber. And I might just have to shock. They have 5 in hand. They've got bolts and heats in the grave. All right, I need to figure this one out. This is going to be for all of the beans and tomatoes. I've got to go to 3, which is super awkward. If they've got the bolt, they've got the bolt. But I need to try and play to my outs. What are my outs? So I go 1, 2. I can't cast the Kethis if I do. If I miss on the rumble, I lose. I basically can go to 1 if I find like an amber or another bauble. So I need like one of my 0 cost artifacts. I basically need to find something that turns on this Mox Opal. If I don't, I'm just dead. So let's think. If I play the Kethis, that leaves me just 1 mana open, which I could use to play the Emry. I think I got to go for this. All right. So the bauble is exactly what we were looking for. So now we need a white, a black, and a green to play the Kethis. Oh, now the super awkward part is how do I don't have any other. Ah, shit. I think I'm just dead. Oh, man. I should have maybe done like the Kethis into the Emry. Now, it wouldn't really have mattered. I don't think there was a way that I could have got there. I needed this to be like an amber or something. Oh, fuck. Let's just look at my top card to land on the top. I can't use any of my cards. I have a counter spell on top. Is there anything I can do now that I've cracked both of my baubles? No, there is not. Nope. We couldn't get there in game 3. That is super, super unfortunate. Yeah, nope, we can't get there. Damn, that's so disappointing. I really thought we were gonna find a line to get there, but we couldn't. We couldn't get there. We just didn't have the mana that we needed when we needed. We couldn't find our Mox, our Opals. But I mean, the deck is sweet. I think this is a deck that I am probably gonna try and play a decent amount for like the RCQ season and stuff like that. Because I think the deck is very strong. I just need to become a little bit better of a pilot on it. But yeah, the deck is a great time. I'm very pleased with the deck. I think it's a deck that maybe you should look at if you're considering some RCQs and different stuff like that. Because it can just it's got some crazy lines and different things that you can do to get there. But unfortunately, we couldn't find the line on the last turn, so that is going to wrap it up for us. We are going to be finishing 3 and 2. We're probably going to come back to this deck a little bit, a couple times, just because, like I said, this is going to be my RCQ deck. So I want to get as much reps and practice in. So you're going to see this deck at least 1-2 more times, but I think I want to run like Spike's Narset Cori-Steel Cutter deck. That deck looks super sweet. I was watching him play in the challenge yesterday. So until then, thanks for coming out. Thanks for checking out the Scryhards. Leave me a little comment here. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you think of this longer format videos, and have a great day.